if someone was to comprehensively understand Hinduism and not
Mm-hmm.
be selective only for the good parts and only for the bad parts,
Mm-hmm.
considering them both together, what kind of an image that person would come out to have. And my claim before was, I repeat it by just reading my notes. It is the only religion, or for the lack of the better Sanskrit, non-translatable Sanskrit word, dharma, that if you go deep, let's say in a comprehensive reading about it, your perspective about world and understanding about it based on the religious or whatever teachings of Hinduism would be uncertain. That was my kind of like fundamental claims with dharma or Sanatan dharma.
Wait, so it's the only religion that if you study it, your basic questions about universe would be answered? Is that what you said? Sorry, you got.
No, no. You would
Uh,
be uncertain. So, like, you would be
uh,
open to finding. You would be a seeker rather than a
uh,
believer. You
okay.
could be a believer too. No, no. I'm not saying that there are no believers in it. But, like, as
Okay.
I said, keyword comprehensive understanding, not just one particular school of thought, but all that comprised
Can
within
you
it.
give an example?
Example, yes. Okay.
Mm.
So here's is interesting. If I remember correctly, sometimes neo-atheist or ex-Hindus or whatever that label is, I have heard people say, whosoever is, it's just in response to, they think that only the believing darshans, that is to say, schools of thought, or literal translation of darshan would be insight. Only the believing schools of thought comprise or totally explains what Hinduism is. And I am kind of like sick and tired of hearing it again and again. And now I'm going to give references from those believing darshans as well, and also on the obviously non-believing darshans. So what if I just explain what believing and non-believing is, if okay.
That, yeah, great. So you have believing Hindus and non-believing Hindus. Okay, that's what. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And if I were to be more accurate, I use the term believing Hindus to explain those people, to explain people who follow those darshans or schools of thought that considers and hold Vedas as a supreme authority, or an authority of something to revere, something to think about, something to have in the background, think like that. So
Mm-hmm,
those
mm-hmm.
schools of thought are called Astik Darshana. Astik, if you just go on Wikipedia, is uh, there is the pop culture or stereotypical understanding of it, and there is a technical understanding of it. Technical understanding says that those schools of thought that believe in Vedas, they consider this
Divine
respected,
revelation.
kind of, yes, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And there are those schools of thought that rejects Veda. They say that, you know what, it is written in Veda, or whether or not don't think, or we don't look forward to it to find answers to questions in our life. We find it ourselves. Basically, we
Yeah.
reject it, and then whatever we find it ourselves.
Wait,
Then,
that's
then
the non-believing Hindus, right?
yeah,
Is
but
that right?
then, yeah, but that's not that simple, because in believing schools of thought, there are multiple diversities of thought. They contradict and disagree with each other. In the same manner, the Nastika darshans, that is opposite of Astik, also disagree with each other. So
Oh
within
my
that,
god.
you have Buddhist, you have Jains,
All
you
right,
have,
let's focus on one topic at a time, okay? We have
but
believing Hindus and non-believing Hindus. Like, let's not go to Buddhists and stuff like that. It's getting like,
no, that is within it. That is within it, because
oh
it
my god.
is not exist in a vacuum. I know. Okay, sorry. If you have disagreement, you can let me know.
No, no, I don't
Yeah.
have disagree. It's just like
Oh.
it's just like I think we need a chart. Do we have a chart? Like,
Can
can
I
we
share my
just
screen?
okay? The believing Hindus, they believe that the Vedas and everything, they're like revelations from God. Okay, what the
Yeah.
hell do non-believing Hindu? What does it mean to be a non-believing Hindu? Can you just describe it? The first
Exactly.
definition of it.
Yeah. So that would be like comprised within dharma. So anything, any schools of thought that came and originated from this Indian subcontinent over its long period
Mm-hmm.
of existence, how I don't know how many years, that is part of dharma, and those are the, and any
What's
school of thought
dharma?
that rejected it.
That's the
Yeah,
title of
that's
this
a,
video. What is dharma?
yeah,
And is it the way,
yeah.
right?
So
Is it the it's the
can I
way,
just share
right?
my one.
Huh?
Can I share one tweet of mine by sharing my
Y-
screen?
Yes, you go
I have
ahead.
explained dharma. Yeah.
Okay, share your
Yeah.
screen. Yes.
How do I?
It says share screen right at the
Yes.
bottom. You still haven't
Let me share
defined
one.
non-believing Hindus, but we'll get to that. Okay, here. Let me bring it up to screen.
Okay. Everyone can see my screen?
Yeah. Okay. Click on it
Um,
if you want.
y-
Click on the tweet that you want to highlight. No, not
oh,
on
yeah.
the
Sorry.
image.
I'm just trying to find.
Oh,
Yeah. Just one moment. Because there are like loads of it. Yeah. This one.
okay.
I just took a snippet of it. So,
Okay.
just to context, this was like a Subramanian Swami tweet, and I was like retweeting it, what my thoughts were. And someone below in that tweet thread asked me, can you share what you mean by dharma? And so
Okay.
here's my
Yes.
explanation, and I'll just read it out.
All right.
Dharma.
Click on where it says thank you. Click on that so it makes it. Yep. Click. Oh no, this
Oh,
is a
yeah,
screenshot. Never mind. Okay. Click on where
screenshot.
it says hide. Click on where it says hide.
Hide.
Hide. Yes. Okay. There you go.
Oh,
Okay. Go ahead. Read it.
okay. Dharma, my understanding at least, schools of thought, ideologies, customs, and traditions originated in Bharat, which are evolving as time progresses, compatible with science, seeking more than believing, and has mutual respect and reciprocity at its core.
I have a
That's what
problem with
Dharma.
this definition. Okay.
Okay,
Can I
yeah.
tell you what my problem is with definition? You just described. Wait. Go back. Where are you going? Go back.
Oh, still this. Okay, yeah,
Yeah, go back here. So okay, so look at the way you're describing Dharma, okay? This is
yeah,
your definition of this, okay? This is not schools of thought, ideologies, custom, and traditions, okay? That means nothing so far. It's just right? It's just a container right now.
yeah.
Originated in what is Bharat? In the
That's
subcontinent?
India.
Okay. Which are evolving as time progresses, okay? So that means like it could be
Changing.
anything, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, so far there's no limiting factor other than is Bharat like the Indian subcontinent? Is that what that Bharat means? What is
Yeah,
Bharat?
Bharat means, yeah, like if you can, if I were to give reference,
Oh
colonized
my god.
India, like Pakistan,
Okay,
Bangladesh,
all right.
India was.
So Indian subcontinent. Okay.
Yeah.
So far you said schools of thought, ideologies, custom, and traditions. So that means nothing. That's just a container. We haven't put anything in this
Mm.
container. The only limiting factor has been that they came out of the Indian subcontinent, we said in Bharat. And then you continue to say, which are evolving as time progress. So you're saying it doesn't limit to a time. So it's not limited to a time. It's not limited to certain ideologies. So far, it has only been limited to a geography.
Mm-hmm.
Compatible with science. Are you sure
Mm-hmm.
about that? Okay. All right. Compatible with science, seeking more than believing, and has mutual respect and reciprocity at its core. I think you just said the things that. Okay, so the originally at first, I think you were going good. Like originated in Bharat. I think like when it comes to Hinduism, that is like one definition that most people I agree with. It's like geographically, it's limited based on geography as the origins of it. But I think then you ended up just adding the things that you like as part of the definition because you just want it to be a good thing or like compatible with science. Like I'm pretty sure that is not a limitation. Like that's not a definition of what the way like my understanding of dharma is like it's the way that everything must go, the way that everything should be, okay, based on Hinduism. That's my understanding of dharma. And now you're defining dharma as something that has to be compatible with science because you like science and you think in the modern world when the scientific method is a modern thing, okay. The scientific method was not something that was celebrated during the time of when Hinduism became a religion, okay, or a way of life, or whatever you want to call it. So the fact that you like the scientific method is because the Enlightenment values and the scientific revolution popularized the scientific method, and because it popularized it so successfully, you like it, and because you're biased towards defending Hinduism, you're adding that definition to the definition of Dharma.